Hi everyone, I'm Judy, and this is Judy's Take. So today, I wanted to discuss the Supreme Court ruling recently, and Trump's pardon and his recent news conference. So I'll start with the decision. So it was 5-4 decision, as you guys probably already know, that they can have gatherings. It was in New York, and that they can have religious gatherings. So obviously, Amy Coney Barrett was the deciding factor there. Surprise, surprise, right? Miss Uber religious, making religious decisions, despite public health. But yeah, I mean, her decision was solely based on religion. I don't know. My take on that is that I think eventually all these little things that they've been doing, all of this, the Supreme Court, the way that they just pushed this nominee, I think eventually it's going to come and bite them in the ass, honestly. Like, the Republicans are thinking such short term. They want what they want, and they want it right now. And I think eventually this is all going to come back around on them long term. I mean, I'm already hearing from a lot of the youth, which is getting ready to pretty much take control of this country. But I'm hearing from them already that, hey, maybe there should be term limits also for SCOTUS. I mean, there's nothing that says that they can't have term limits. So what I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I think it's coming. I think probably in the next 15 to 20 years, I think our generation, millennials and below, are going to demand more check on that, because honestly, the Supreme Court has gotten extremely political. And I mean, justice is supposed to be represented with the woman with a blindfold, and now it's just about what party you're from. And they even do campaign ads, and they have super PACs paid for them as if they are elected officials. So I feel like if they want to go down that road, which they already did, then maybe they should be held accountable like elected officials. Honestly, there's gonna be a bigger check on government pretty damn soon. So yeah, it's honestly another thing about that whole ruling in New York. I said this to some friends of mine. If I was mayor of New York, I would seriously, this is what I would do. I would obviously abide by the ruling, because, that's the lawful thing to do. However, I would also send the police into every church while they're having service and find every single individual, including the priest, for having a gathering of more than 10 people. And then I would let them continue their service. I mean, if the Supreme Court is going to say, hey, you can break ordinances anytime you want, then what good are they for? On the flip side, for example, when I would say, if there's another BLM protest, then you shouldn't be arresting them for breaking curfew. I hear the conservatives sit there and say, oh, these rules are arbitrary. okay, you know, but so are curfews, right? For protests. Where in the Constitution does it say freedom of speech, the right to protest, only until 9 p.m.? It doesn't say anywhere. Those are arbitrary numbers that local officials decide on, but it's still carried out. And usually that is for public safety. But now we have the same thing, but it's one of the things that they agree with. So, of course, it goes that way. Surprise, surprise, right? Can we say extremely, extremely partisan? Good job, Supreme Court. Good job, Republicans. I think it's going to bite you in the ass, though, in the long term. And I don't really care about the whining that's going to come when Biden adds or subtracts people, individuals from the Supreme Court. I don't even want to hear it. You guys have no leg to stand on whatsoever, honestly. And you can sit there and cry, packing the cords. But you know what? The people of this country voted, and they knew that that was a possibility that they were going to get from Biden, and yet they still voted for him. So that means that they're okay with that. Okay, so moving on. Second topic I wanted to talk about was Trump's pardon, pardoning Flynn, even after Flynn admitted to guilt. That's crazy, but okay. Honestly, my take on that is that he's testing the waters. The pardons were coming once he lost. They were coming. It was only a matter of time. What I think is that he's probably going to pardon himself and pardon his family. I don't know if he'll be able, it'll hold up in court, but it could be tied up in the courts for a very long time. I mean, it's never been tried, right? So he's going to try it, and we'll see what happens there. But I think it's an attempt to pardon himself. He's just testing the waters right now, honestly. And then, maybe, or maybe he'll just, go to Mar-a-Lago for Christmas break and, just stay there and disappear. That would be awesome, right? No, but, because I don't think there's any way that he's going to go to inauguration and, all of that. And then, so that brings me to the news conference that he had, what was it, yesterday or a couple of days ago? I thought it was funny that he told the reporter, "Don't talk to me that way. You don't talk to the president of the United States that way." I thought it was really funny because I could tell that he is like really starting to, I don't know, it's starting to get to him that he's losing that power that comes with the presidency, honestly. He wants to hold on to it for as long as possible. Like, I'm still president. You don't talk to me that way. And then another thing that he said in the news conference was that it was like inappropriate for Biden to be naming his cabinet picks or whatever, since the whole election thing isn't settled. And first, it's been settled, Trump. It's been settled. And you lost by a landslide according to your standards. And then second, he's sitting there talking about it's inappropriate. Like, dude, your whole presidency has been inappropriate. I mean, everything that has came out of your mouth has been inappropriate. So, you know what? Shut the hell up, sit the hell down, and move the hell on. because we all have, and we're just waiting for you to just go away and stay there. And that would make everyone just so happy. And your little base, they're also going to disappear because most of them, well, not most, but a lot of them don't even go and vote regularly. Like, and as far as like the Republicans trying to capitalize on that fan base, you know what? No one can out crazy the crazy that is Donald Trump. No one. They'll try and they'll fail. And eventually they're all going to move towards the middle, because they're going to realize that most of the country is that way anyways. But they're also going to realize that these people who showed up for him, they're not going to show up for them. That's just what it is. So I think they're really making a big mistake by continuing to be cowards, by continuing to cater to this guy who's a loser, catering to this guy who's leaving in hopes to get his base. And honestly, I think it's the stupidest thing ever, because if you actually think about it, it showed that conservatives voted for Biden at the top of the ticket, and they voted for Republicans down the line. So obviously your own freaking party members don't like that dude. Obviously they like you guys, but not him. So why on earth does it make sense in your head to sit there and say, oh, you know what, we're going to continue to embrace him even though he lost? Our own party voted against him. But yeah, let's continue to embrace him even though our own party gave us a clear message that they want us to separate ourselves from him. You know, usually I don't give Republicans tips, because I just hope you all freaking burn and your whole party just dies. Not literally burn, but, you know, like your careers. And I hope your whole party dies. And I hope you become irrelevant. However, you're really dumb right now. And honestly, like, that's, if you don't see that as part of the election, that they voted for you and not for him, then you know what? Can't help you. I hope you do screw yourselves, because that would be just fantastic. And I hope for the next like 12, 16 years, all the people who are motivated now to vote, who realize that their vote matters, I hope they keep coming out, and I hope they keep voting Democrat, because you guys really need to learn a lesson, you know, and I don't think you've learned it yet. Honestly, I think you're going to keep trying to run on the hate, because honestly, you're short-term thinkers and you're dumb and you don't think about latent consequences. And honestly, you could give a crap less. For you guys, it's all about power and money and control. That's all it is. So anyways, you guys, hope you enjoyed my take. I will see you guys next time.